I'm 93 years old. Basically, I was born over in Germany in a very, very small village of 150 people. At one time there were 60–70% Jewish. The night of November 9th is when all hell broke loose, and that continued into the day of the 10th, where 1,000 synagogues were burned, all Jewish stores were ransacked, men were arrested and put in a concentration camp. In other words, it was the beginning of the end.
Then later in the afternoon, I heard that there were wholesale destruction of Jewish retail stores, particularly in the downtown area, which was not terribly far from where I lived. So I got on my bicycle and went down there and watched the stormtroopers passing by all the buildings, carrying a pail of white paint and a brush, and putting small crosses on the windows of the stores which were owned by Jewish people. They broke the windows, they looted the stores, they destroyed the furniture, and I watched all this. And then I saw a fellow who was in my class, and I knew him for quite a few years. He was always a very quiet fellow, and I certainly did not consider him a Nazi. But somehow he caught the spirit of the moment, and he grabbed a chair which was sitting in the window that was being destroyed, and he threw this chair into a huge chandelier. There were maybe 100 lights in the chandelier, and he threw this chair into the chandelier, and that sort of broke something within me. And when I got home to my parents, I said, I really don't want to be a German anymore. I think we've got to get out of here.
Like the house my parents had, my father was gone, but my mother was living in there. She had to force sell it for a ridiculous price to some other farmers whose land was taken away because they made an army camp out of it or enlarged it. This November 9th, Kristallnacht, never should be forgotten. Remind the public to look out for any rebel rouser wherever he sticks up his ugly head, and stop him in the tracks. Because if you don't, sooner or later, history will repeat itself.